Hello, friends. Welcome to my channel. Today, I bring you a crime story that took place in Shahpur, Uttar Pradesh. Let's delve into the details of this case. It all began around 2 p.m. when Sheila left home. But by nightfall, she hadn't returned. Her children grew anxious. She had gone to Shamshabad to get an itch medicine from Dr. Bengali. She was expected back in an hour or two, but hours passed, and there was no sign of her. By now, even Dr. Bengali's clinic would have closed. Sheila's eldest son, Satish, who was only 10 years old, was scared because of the late hour. He couldn't ask his uncles for help either. Just a few days ago, his mother had a heated argument with his uncles, during which they humiliated her badly. Satish's mind was filled with countless questions about his mother's absence. He was already worried, but his younger brothers crying made things worse. Manoj, 8 years old, and Harish, 3 years old, were crying uncontrollably. By now, they were hungry too. Satish bought biscuits for them from a shop, but kids don't stay satisfied with biscuits alone. It was already dinner time. Satish had tried calling his mother hundreds of times, but her phone was switched off. When he couldn't take it anymore and ran out of ideas, he called his maternal uncle, Srinivas, and informed him about their mother going to Dr. Bengali and not returning. Hearing this, Srinivas grew concerned. He immediately sensed that something was wrong. The mysterious disappearance of his sister made him restless. He understood how worried his nephews must be. Srinivas also tried calling Sheila, but her phone was unreachable. Unable to speak to her, he borrowed a friend's motorcycle and rushed to Sheila's home, covering 8 kilometers in just 15-20 minutes. On the way, Srinivas's mind was filled with dark thoughts. What if someone had harmed his young sister? His anxiety stemmed from the fact that Sheila hadn't returned home, and her phone was switched off. She mentioned that Rajeshwari and she went to Nepal for a trip. When it was time to return, she herself said, "You go ahead, I will come later." Now, the police interrogated Manish in every possible way and even made him meet the interrogators. He had made several attempts to contact his wife and even went to Nepal again to search for her. Later, the police gave Manish Sinha a clean chit. But where is Rajeshwari now? She hadn't spoken to her family for several days, and no one had heard her voice. She was only active on social media. Rajeshwari's family put immense pressure on the police. There was also a problem with the case as it was across the border, outside India. So, the case was transferred from Gorakhpur Police to the Uttar Pradesh STF Special Task Force. The STF was formed in 1998 specifically to tackle gangsters like Shri Prakash Shukla, who had created terror in the state, and the STF was successful in dealing with such criminals. When Rajeshwari's case reached the STF, they began a thorough investigation. When they checked Rajeshwari's mobile tower location, it turned out to be in Guwahati, Assam. During this time, her phone was always on, but she was not making any calls. Later, Rajeshwari's WhatsApp went inactive around 11:30 p.m. on a particular date, and the location disappeared as well. Slowly, the STF's investigation went on for 4 to 5 months, but they didn't find any concrete information about Rajeshwari being alive. During this time, Nepal police sent photographs of a woman's body found in Pokhara's Sarankat area to the UP STF. The body was found after a tip-off and sent for a post-mortem, revealing multiple fractures and internal bleeding, with alcohol traces in her system. Nepal police initially thought she might have fallen off the hill while drunk. They tried to identify her but found no clues. There were no missing reports in the area, and no one came to claim the body. After several days, the police performed the last rites, but kept the photographs and forensic reports preserved. A few months later, Nepal police thought that since no one had come to inquire about the woman, she might be a tourist, possibly from India. They sent the photographs to the UP STF. The officer handling the case didn't know about Rajeshwari at that time, but immediately recognized the woman in the photograph as Rakhi Srivastava. Only Rajeshwari's close people called her Rakhi. Afterward, the officer was included in the investigation. Now, how did an STF officer recognize Rakhi's body and connect it to Rajeshwari? This would soon be revealed. Moreover, the question arose if Rakhi's body was found on June 8th. Then who had been using her phone for the past 6-7 months? Her phone remained active even in December, and it seemed as though it was still Rajeshwari herself using it. It turned out that a doctor, who was a close friend of Rakhi, might have the key to this mystery. The doctor of a well-known hospital in Purvanchal is also the owner of that hospital, so the police saw a ray of hope. However, they couldn't just take the doctor for questioning, so the STF first obtained Rakhi's call details and location details. They also checked the location of Manish Sinha in Nepal. It was found that Manish Sinha's location was with Rajeshwari from June 1st to June 3rd. However, Manish then came to Bihar. After her husband's arrival in Bihar, Rajeshwari's location moved from Barwa to Pokhara in Nepal, in the Kaski district. Her location was at a place called Davis Fall, which is a waterfall. STF found in Rakhi's call details that on June 2nd, she had some conversation with Dr. D.P. Singh over the phone. When the police retrieved old call history, it was found that Rajeshwari frequently communicated with Dr. D.P. Singh. The doctor went to Nepal on June 4th to meet her. He bought a second SIM card in Nepal and recharged it with a mobile top-up card. Rajeshwari's call records showed a Nepalese number, and later, her location also matched with this number. This confirmed that the person using the Nepalese number was Dr. D.P. Singh. Rakhi's call records were numerous. To interrogate the doctor, the STF took Dr. D.P. Singh for questioning in December 2018. However, he denied everything related to Rajeshwari, refusing to provide any information. The STF continued their investigation, finding that Dr. D.P. Singh's location from June 4th to June 6th was with Rajeshwari in Nepal. Then, D.P. Singh returned to Gorakhpur, and Rajeshwari's location shifted to Guwahati. The STF then began investigating how Dr. D.P. Singh had traveled to Nepal, whether by flight, public transport, or his own car, and if he was alone or accompanied. The STF found a driver of the doctor, Pramod Kumar Sinha. Whenever an Indian vehicle travels to Nepal, a border permit Bansar pass is required. This pass must be renewed before it expires or the vehicle must return. The police checked the border on June 4th to see how many private Indian vehicles had entered Nepal. At the Sonali border, they found that a pass was issued in the name of Pramod Kumar Sinha using a photocopy of his driving license, confirming that he was Dr. D.P. Singh's driver. The police then detained the driver for questioning. After some pressure, he began to reveal the truth. Besides D.P. Singh, another person who was also with them was an employee of the hospital, Des Deepak Nishad. These three traveled to Nepal together in a Scorpio vehicle. The locations of the driver and the employee also showed a connection with Rakhi's movements. The STF then detained the hospital employee, who also started telling the truth. When Dr. Singh met with both his staff members, he was broken down, and the full story came out. This story dates back to 2006. Rakhi Srivastava lived with her parents, two brothers, and a sister in Bailandpur, Gorakhpur. Her father, Harum Srivastava, was a retired electricity department official. One day, his health worsened, and he was admitted to a hospital, Aryan Hospital, owned by Dr. D.P. Singh. During this time, Dr. D.P. Singh met Rajeshwari. He fell in love with her at first sight, even though he was already married. Despite being married, he started developing inappropriate feelings for Rakhi. The two began to communicate and eventually became friends. After her father's recovery, Rakhi returned home, but Rajeshwari continued visiting the hospital frequently. She did not know that the doctor was already married, nor did the doctor tell her about his marital status. His wife, Usha Singh, also had no idea that her husband had started an extramarital affair with this young girl, which continued for years. Both of them were having an affair. One day, Rakhi found out from somewhere that the doctor was already married. This was a huge shock for her, and she felt very sad. Without telling the doctor, she went to Gonda to pursue her B.Ed. She stopped talking to the doctor and quietly distanced herself. Meanwhile, D.P. Singh couldn't live without her. He contacted Rakhi and managed to convince her, so she agreed. In 2011, both of them got married in a temple in Gonda, but neither of their families knew about this. However, how long could Rajeshwari hide this from her family? When her father found out, he was devastated and passed away. Rakhi's family also severed ties with her. D.P. Singh bought a house for Rakhi in Saraswati Puram, Shelpur, and she moved there to live. The doctor kept visiting her regularly. However, due to a change in his behavior, his first wife, Usha, found out everything and became very angry. As a result, the doctor started distancing himself from Rakhi. Meanwhile, Usha and DP Singh also began to grow apart. Because of this, DP Singh got closer to Rajeshwari again. The doctor was unable to choose between the two women. When Usha learned that DP Singh had become close to Rakhi again, she filed a case against her husband at the Kant police station. The doctor then apologized to his first wife, asking her to withdraw the case, promising to distance himself from Rakhi. But Rakhi also pressured him to stay with her. Amidst all this, Rakhi was about to become a mother to DP Singh's child, and both were very happy. However, during delivery, due to complications, the baby passed away. It was a female child, and both Rakhi and DP Singh were devastated. Over time, the charm DP Singh once felt for Rakhi began to fade. He returned to his wife, Usha, and Rakhi was left alone. However, the doctor still sent her the same amount of money as he did before. Even though Rakhi was financially supported, she still longed for his companionship. In 2017, after a heated argument, Rakhi filed 2 cases, one for abduction and gang rape at the Chinhat police station in Lucknow, and another for sexual harassment at the Gorakhpur women's police station. These cases brought immense shame to the doctor and society and affected his hospital. However, after some time and persuasion, Rakhi withdrew both cases. Rakhi was still living in the house bought by the doctor in Saraswati Puram. This is when Manish Sinha entered the picture. Manish had some relatives living in Saraswati Puram, and he often visited them. During one of these visits, he met Rakhi, and their friendship grew. In February 2018, Rakhi married Manish in a court ceremony. Some news reports suggest that Manish didn't know about Rakhi's previous marriage to the doctor or her past life, while others suggest that he was aware of everything and became her support. Regardless, Rakhi married Manish and moved to District A. Rakhi's brother, Amar Prakash Srivastava, stayed in contact with her, occasionally talking to her on the phone. The doctor was also in touch with Rakhi. Thinking that Rakhi had moved on and married, the doctor assumed she would no longer bother him, but he was wrong. Rakhi began blackmailing him. She had some compromising photos, which she could use against him, potentially ruining his reputation and career. She demanded large sums of money from him. Rakhi also wanted the house that the doctor had bought in Saraswati Puram to be transferred to her name. DP Singh refused, as it was a multi-crore property. Due to this constant blackmailing, the doctor started planning to kill Rakhi. He came up with 5 plans, but couldn't bring himself to execute any of them. Finally, on the 6th attempt, when Rakhi called the doctor on June 2, 2018, and told him she was in Nepal, he decided to carry out the plan. The doctor, along with his 2 staff members, driver Pramod and hospital employee Des Deepak Nishid, traveled to Nepal, offering them a salary increase and some money in exchange for their help. On June 4, 2018, they reached Nepal in a Scorpio vehicle. They met Rakhi and then traveled to Pokhara, where they booked a hotel without CCTV cameras, intentionally choosing a place without security features. On June 5th, the doctor spiked Rakhi's drink with a sedative, then took her to a hilltop where, with the help of his 2 accomplices, he pushed her off the cliff. They took all her identification documents and kept her phone on to make it appear as though she was still alive. On December 21, 2018, the Gorakhpur police and STF arrested Dr. Dharmendra Pratap Singh, driver Pramod Kumar Singh, and hospital staff Des Deepak Nishad. They revealed the whole case to the media. The police recovered a Scorpio, Rakhi's voter ID, her Nepal mobile recharge card, 2 PAN cards, an ATM card, and 4 mobile phones from the accused. The 3 were sent to jail, and the doctor applied for bail in the Gorakhpur Sessions Court, but it was rejected. He then appealed to the Allahabad High Court, where he was granted bail until May 20, 2019. He is currently out, while the other 2 are still in jail. The trial has not yet begun, as the police are awaiting Rakhi's post-mortem report and other documents. They have contacted the Nepal police through the Foreign Ministry for assistance. Please let us know in the comments how you liked this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also, hit the bell icon to stay updated. See you in the next video. Thank you.